Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another video on JavaScript methods and events in 30 days challenge. Today, we are going to start looking at the JavaScript object methods. And today specifically, it is going to be the Object.keys method. Well, the Object.keys method is used to extract the keys, which is the property names of an object, and return them as an array. So here's the syntax. We have the object constructor dot keys, and then we pass in the object. So here is an example for you. This is our user's object, and in here we have the key and then the value. So the object.keys method is always going to look for the keys of our object. So in order for you to understand what we are going to do, I will give you an example right now, but the final result of what we want to do is going to look like this, whereby we use the object.keys method to grab all the keys from the object, and then we are going to get an array as the result. So after getting the array, we are going to map through it and then place it like this on our web page. Right now, if I refresh the web page, everything is going to disappear. But now, let's start by creating a variable, and then I'll call it user did this, just like that. And then I'll assign it to our object constructor. And mind you, the object constructor needs to start with an uppercase O. So if you use a lowercase o, it is not going to work. So I'll pass in my keys, and then inside the parentheses, we need to pass in our objects. So in my case, it is going to be users, just like that. So if we log our user details to the console, what do you think we're getting as the result? Well, let's see. We are having name, age, salary, smart. Well, basically, these are the keys of our object, and we are getting an array of all these keys. Life is great. So now that we have the keys, let's actually map through it and then place it on our web page. So now I'll create a variable just below this level, and then I'll call it result. Then we assign it to our user details variable, and right now I want to use the map method. If you remember from our previous video, that map method is always going to take a callback function. And inside the callback function, we need to specify the parameter. And we are going to return a heading tag that contains all the keys of our objects. So right now, I'll go with my backtick, and I will specify the h1 tag in here. I will add my $sign and then my jolly bracket, just like that, and pass in the user. So what do you think we are going to get in the console if I log this into the console? Well, let's see. We'll go with result, and then you can see we have all the keys of our object in a heading tag. So how do we do it for us to display them on our web page? Well, I have an index.html file where I created a div with a class of user underscore details. So we are going to use the document.query selector to grab that class and then assign the results to our variable. So let's go with const items. That is going to be equals to document.query selector, and in here we need to select our user underscore details class, which we have over there. And what do we need to do? All we have to do is to grab the items like that, and then set the inner HTML and set it to results. So now, if I refresh my web page, you will see that we have all the keys of our object displayed on the web page. Well, there's one more thing we need to do. We need to get rid of all these commas. In here, we can use the join method for us to actually remove all these commas. So if I refresh my web page, You can see we have name, age, salary, is married, profession, and so on and so on. And we were able to use the object constructor.keys method to grab all the keys inside our user's object, and then we use the map method to display all the keys on our page. So guys, I hope you learned something from this video. If you do, make sure that you stay updated and never miss a day. So guys, with that being said, I'll see you in the next tutorial.